Hello everyone, this is Kathleen and I'm here today to share my January design team project for Stacy's Stories. And I'm going to use, this month I'm going to use her kit called Labels and Frames. Um, she has the most beautiful label kit, honestly. It's just lovely. And I obviously I use labels like everybody else uses labels as a label, but I also do some different things um, and want to show you. You know, a couple months ago, I used her the printed labels, like the when I did the decoupage, and those are also beautiful. Those labels. It's a wonderful kit as well, and I use them actually quite a lot. But this time I'm going to use her her well, she calls them labels and frames, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful kit. Like I said, there are 7 pages, and I have printed them off onto this beautiful white linen paper, and they've printed just beautifully. It's a PDF file, and as I said, there are 7 pages, and there's just kind of regular, and then there are these beautiful colored labels as well. So yeah, I think you're going to like these. I certainly have. And one of the things that I did this month is I went to the Adobe homepage and converted the PDF file into a JPEG file, and um, and then I have enlarged several of these to use as journal cards and um, like elements, pockets and tucks, that kind of thing. So these I have just ready to fussy cut. I'll put them by my rocking chair where the TV is, and then I will fussy cut them and put them in envelopes, and then they'll be all ready so that I can use them as labels. But I just want to go through a couple of other ideas with you because I just think this is such a versatile kit and fabulous, honestly. So one of the things, labels are made for words, right? And so one of the things we can do is use them with our quote stamps. I have a few quote stamps, but I just don't use them very often. But honestly, labels are the perfect way to use them. So I just have put this little metal element here in the corner and then used this label as just a little journaling card tag kind of thing to put in the pocket. This one as well. I just did some stamping and used this little quote here. I just used these regular cheap watercolors and just put a little bit of watercolor around the edge. Intentional water damage, that's what I call that. Here's another beautiful label, really pretty label that I just enlarged and on just a cardstock, and then I've put this dream die cut on it along with some little bit of watercolor there. This one, really simple. I've just used 3 little flat back pearls. I'm not going to do anything else to that. I just did a little distressing around the edge, and that'll just be a journal card. This one, the same way, because the other thing that labels are made for, honestly, is just to frame something, either words, but it can also be this beautiful frame for an image of some kind. I just used this fussy cut image, floral image, and then I put those little pearls here. Because these are bumps on the bottom of this card, I probably won't use it as a tag. I will use it as a tuck spot in my journal. So I'll put it in a corner and then put ephemera behind it. Here's another, just a little stamped label. With this one, I've just made it into an altered paper clip. This is such a beautiful label, honestly, and it matches my metal gears really well. So I just made this little vignette of metal pieces here at the top, and that'll go as a journal card. Here's another, just really simple, just a little bit of gold trim behind this button on this beautiful label. This is another really beautiful kind of Art Deco label, and I've just put a watch part on top of a cardboard gear there on the top. This was a beautiful frame label, and I just did some smushing with some distress ink, and then I just used this text stamp just to put a little bit of texture on there as well. Just really simple, but I think it's very effective, and I like the way it looks. The other thing, I think labels look really good on book page elements. I think so anyway. So yeah, I've just used it here to kind of frame this other fussy cut image of a flower, and made this book page pocket. This is another really simple thing to do. Most of the labels have these like double lines on it. I just took a couple of watercolor pencils in 2 different shades and kind of scribbled along those 2 lines, and then I just took some water on the paintbrush and smeared that. And all it does is it just makes it a little less two-dimensional. It just gives it some depth and texture, I think. Okay, so there's some ideas for journal cards. And I've got just a couple more projects that I thought we could do together quickly. So one of the things I wanted to show you how to do is just some more stamping with a mask. Excuse me. So I'm just going to use this plain label. It has a little bit of a frame around the edge, and I'm just going to put a mask on it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little sticky piece of tape, and then I'm going to put that there and cover up the middle, and then I'm going to take just some black ink and prepare this stamp. And you need to decide whether you want it going up and down or sideways. And I think I'm going to use mine just, actually no, I think maybe I'll use it as a little pocket at the bottom. And I'm going to shift this over just a little. There. And then I'm just going to stamp, hopefully straight, on top and remove the mask, and that will make kind of a stamped frame around the inside of that. Okay, so there's the stamping, and then when I remove the mask, then it leaves the middle. So that just kind of, you know, dresses it up just a little bit. And I can take some, I think I will take just a little bit of black ink and make just kind of a line. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. We'll just kind of make that a frame. Okay. All right. So there's another one. Let's see, what else did I have planned to do? Oh, just as I think it looks fabulous, you know, on a book page, labels really dress up like masterboards, honestly. So this is just a piece of a masterboard that I will have as a pocket. So I just want to, I'm just going to add this label, and it's going to make that look fabulous because it's a beautiful label. So we're just going to add it there. And then I can come along with, you know, some words or other stamp, you know, somehow if I want. So let me make this a pocket now. I'm going to round the bottom. And where's my little, here it is. I'm just going to put a divot in the top. And do some distressing. My punches all need to be sharpened somehow. Honestly, they are getting some, they don't work very well. You can see, honestly, how that label just adds, it just really finishes that off. I really like labels that way. Here's another one. This is a double pocket, so there's a pocket here and a pocket there. So I'm just going to add this label and then put a little number stamp on it. So this is, you know, using labels like they're supposed to be. All right, where is my block? I don't see my block. I wonder if I can get away with not using it. Maybe I can. Need to make sure I've got it not upside down. There we go. Yep, simple. Okay, that could smear. So I'll put that to the side for a minute. This is another bit of masterboard, and I'm just going to take this label and put it to the side. My book, my little glue book. I think I need a little bit more glue. Okay, now let's trim that off. Yep. Honestly, it just makes these book page elements, oh gosh, it just finishes them. I really like it. Put a little bit of distress on the edge to create that contrast on the edge. That's what I like about distress. Yeah, I like it. It just really adds something to that. Okay, here's another just plain label, and it's just simple enough to just put a sticker on it. Because that's what labels do best, honestly, is frame an image. Yeah. Now that just really makes a nice little ephemera card, I think. especially if I round the edges here. And put just a little bit of distress on it. So this could be a little tag in a pocket, or it could make a little pocket or a tuck on a journal page. Okay, one last thing is it just makes it really easy to do a collage. And so yeah, I'm just going to do this quickly here at the end. I've got just a couple of minutes. Where's my glue? There it is. So I'm just going to put some glue down here. Put this tissue butterfly on. And I think I'll do this little bit of a scrap. And stories. Okay, I'm going to trim this now before I put the word on so that I know where the edge is. And this is just a little fabric sticker. Put right there. So that brown kind of brings in this brown, and yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so there's several elements and tags and ideas for using labels in your journals. I hope that this has been helpful, and I will leave all the information for Stacy's stories, the labels and frames, in the description box, and hope that you can find a use for labels in your journals as well. Thanks for being with me. I appreciate your time always.